it's interesting to note that basically there are just a few countries that make up, and this is just in Africa, not the whole world. There are just really 2/3 basically of FGC is happening in 4 countries. And that's Egypt, Nigeria, Ethiopia, and Sudan. And so we know that when we think about population levels, for example, rates might be quite high in Mali, but Mali has a much lower population than places like Nigeria. So when you think about friends, family, colleagues, and you think about where they are from, the country itself will not be helpful. You'll need a little more information, but it will give you a start if it's something that might come up in discussion. So what's motivating this? So it's often considered a rite of passage, but in a place like Mali, I've spent probably 4 years total of my life living in Mali. And I can tell you that there it is absolutely done on girls pretty much as soon as they can sit. So it's hard to describe that as a rite of passage, although in some communities it is absolutely very tightly tied to that. So again, needing to know the context and how it varies, and needing to ask that person what it means for them. But at the end of the day, I would argue that the motivation, no matter the specific description, is about social acceptability. So I love this picture because I'm going to talk about these trends in a minute. This is a group of midwives in the southeast of Mali, and I was there working for a few months during a particular stretch of time. And the midwife on the left, she's holding her daughter. To them, this was a cold day. It was probably in the 70s for like 20 minutes, but they had the baby all bundled up. And I remember she encouraged me to give her baby a blessing. And I said, why, what's wrong? And she said, oh, we had her cut yesterday. And this is a professional midwife working in a decent sized town. She's a working woman, which by Malian standards is pretty unique. Most women are not highly educated and have a 9-to-5 job like she does. And I'd worked with her for a bit, and I felt comfortable asking her. I said, so you're not supposed to do that. And she's like, I know. And I said, so tell me, about all the, potential concerns with cutting. Tell me why you decided to do it. She's like, you know what, Nicole, at the end of the day, it's my mother-in-law. Like, if I don't get this done, I'm never going to get her off my back. She will never be accepted into my home, which in Malian context is your husband's family's home. So when I think about the fact that a well-educated, gainfully employed professional woman could not resist those pressures, you can imagine how difficult it is for someone who is a subsistence level farmer to try and resist pressures like that. It's really, really complex for people to shift decision making